does being this self-aware about yourself,
Mhm.
others, and in relationships show up for you on a set when you're acting, when in the gym, when you're doing fitness, when you're
Yeah.
preparing for your next podcast?
Oh, that's an amazing question. I think how it shows up for me is that I learn to not take so many things personal. And personal doesn't mean that I'm ignoring what's happening. Personal just means that, okay, this person, before they got to this spot, they had their own narrative. They had their own story that was going on. Just like when I arrived, I had my own narrative. I had my own story, right? So when I understand it from that perspective, you can just kind of see people as individuals and their own history without getting so caught up in their narrative or in yours, right? Again, not taking things personal, I think is huge. It's a game changer, right? But yeah, it differs because on set there's a lot of different personalities. You're dealing with actors, right? We're entertainers, we're artists, which means that we have a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of things we're expressing at one time, and that can be a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have a certain caliber of celebrity, you may be oblivious to the people around you just by
Mm-hmm.
design, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you operate on set versus how little old me comes in,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit more aware and sensitive to certain things, whereas you, nah, this is water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you may move a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, for me, it's just like, and again, I have a degree in psychology and I also have a degree in communication. So the study of people and human behavior is just kind of like second nature.
Mm-hmm.
It can be
Yeah.
exhausting though.
I was gonna ask, like, how do you turn your brain off
I don't.
sometimes?
I don't. That's why I have so many things. That's why I write. That's why I do the podcast. That's why I have these videos because it's like my brain doesn't stop. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
instead of me trying to force it to not think, I'm just like, all right, cool. How can I transfer this energy into something else?